Hello, my lovely people, and welcome back to another vlog. I am filming on my new camera, if you didn't already know from the last vlog. And we are in the hotel room. We are staying at the Hydro Majestic Hotel in the Blue Mountains, and it's absolutely stunning. You'll have to check out my last vlog if you want to see it. But we're just having a glass in the room, and then we're going to go down for our 3-course meal. Who do we think we are? And yeah, it's just been so nice. But like I said, watch the last vlog for more of that. But right now, we're just in the room, and I thought I'm going to ask my boyfriend some questions about more like Irish, British stuff. Some light-hearted and some like, I don't know, more serious stuff. So let's get started. So I've got a glass of red and my boyfriend is drinking whiskey. Let me show them. This is the one he's got. Sorry, I showed this in the last vlog, but I just love the name of it. It's Writer's Tears. So, first question, he's sat there. He doesn't want to be on camera. So, first question. You've obviously been with me for a while, and I'm obviously English with a little bit of Italian, but let's just say I'm English. What do you notice, because I've never actually asked you this before, about the difference, if there are any, about English and Irish girls?
Well, I think, I don't know, from what I've noticed anyway, English girls prefer just to be you and them. Irish girls like hanging out with like other people as well. Irish girls like spending more time with a whole group as a family than English girls would just prefer just the couples kind of scenario. Yeah, that'd be kind of a big difference, I noticed.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. And it's not, you know, there are a lot of English as well that enjoy that, but I have noticed that myself, and I think it depends on what part of England you've grown up in. But like, even like with my family and stuff, I'd say like me and my family are very close, but like we don't spend as much time with each other as like maybe you would with your family. And like we kind of like, we like a lot more time to ourselves, and like, I don't know, on our own. I don't know, it's probably, I guess the English are known for being a bit like that, like a little bit more reserved compared to the Irish.
Yeah.
I have noticed Irish girls maybe a bit more like that, maybe a little bit more like going out in groups, whereas, yeah, we prefer to keep ourselves to ourselves. So I'll take that as a...
When you came to Ireland, like everyone, like you met my family and stuff, they all knew your name before you even arrived.
Yeah.
They knew a bit about you, they all did.
Yeah, they did.
And then when just English versus the way the difference is between the two cultures and stuff, like it's just a different way of doing a thing. English people keep more to themselves, and you know, it just is like, my family is entirely Irish, like we don't have any other different stuff.
I will say, since being with you, I have got used to more. I have got a lot more out of my comfort zone and a little bit more confident when it comes to being in like groups of people and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I will say the phrase, the more the merrier, is true when it comes to the Irish.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of English, like, will be like, when it comes to friendships and stuff, they get a bit funny about when other people come who they don't know, and it's like this massive thing. It's like almost like a problem, or it's like they've got to prepare because there's someone they don't know coming. It's turned into a problem. Whereas the Irish are really like welcoming, and it's like absolutely no problem.
Yeah, exactly. Like you'd meet someone in the pub that you only mildly know, like very barely know. You might go in there on your own for food with your mate or something like that, and then you know, just sitting with them the whole night, and it'd just be as if like you knew them for years. But it's the same like anywhere you go, really, as long as you fucking like mutually know someone through a friend of a friend of a friend, you'll always get on with. like
That
be
is
involved.
actually a great point because it shows why the community in Sydney for the Irish is so strong. The Irish community in Sydney is so strong, and it explains why when you post anything Irish it gets so much like traction, because they just love it. And I don't know, I'd say, what is the right word I'm looking for? You guys are just so proud, and you love to meet someone else that is Irish and you want to know about them. Like, you still, if you think about humanity in general, a lot of people have lost that, but the Irish haven't ever lost. Well, people will come at me for that because of the state of Ireland at the moment, but the Irish still have that thing about them that everyone loves, that they're just so proud and they're happy to meet someone else and want to know where they're from and a bit about them and stuff. And obviously I'm generalizing because I have also met some Irish that aren't very nice, like anywhere, but they're just very welcoming.
I suppose it's just a realization of knowing that what we've lost about moving abroad and what we've obviously lost in at home since we were kids. From what we've seen, we've grown up to what Ireland's like now. It's like totally different. It won't be the same for the next generation. So
that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's very true, actually. So do you think that a lot of it plays a role in history as well, because of how the English were? We never needed to be like that, really, because
you guys needed to be like us.
Like, yeah. But like we
just needed hurling over cricket.
Cricket.
You could have replaced cricket with hurling, and I guarantee the majority of English people would have been 100% happy with that.
I don't know though, because hurling's really hard to pick up. So like,
you telling me English people who like soccer, right, wouldn't pick hurling over rugby? Like, you telling me you show someone who like massive fan of the Premier League and you show them a hurling game, they'd love that. But
yeah,
like they'd
sure
prefer that than a game of cricket.
It's just very hard to pick up. So like,
yeah, but like you can't start rugby when you're like 25 or 30. Like, you're gonna get killed. Like, you need to start that when you're younger as well. Like,
true.
You can't just jump into tackling someone like when you're a bit older, because you won't know how properly, won't know the role properly and stuff. But
yeah, maybe if we'd learned it since we were younger. Because I'm just gonna put it out there. As much as I do think the Irish are more welcoming as a whole and want to get to know you, maybe it's because I am English and I'm used to the way we are. I do think that the English as a whole are more polite, and I'm just gonna be honest on that. Because in my job where I'm on reception and I'm dealing with a lot of people and a lot of English and Irish, I have more problems sometimes with, like, Irish girls can be quite fiery, whereas the English girls are a lot more reserved and a lot more polite and don't want to think they're causing a problem. But then the guys, I have more problem with English guys, and the Irish guys are more polite and don't want to kick up a fuss. Okay, another top up please. Can you, let's show, oh, it's leak, be careful the wine doesn't, it's coming off the bottom. I do feel like with like me saying that Irish guys that I'm dealing with at work don't seem to want to make things an issue. And again, I'm generalizing, it's not everyone, but I feel like it's a lot to do with history. And I did, like, the way history played out, and I did actually see a video on this the other day about the way you guys were suppressed so much and weren't able to be and do all of the things that made you Irish and what you loved. Do you know what I mean? And it's ingrained in you guys now, like, it's stayed in you guys over time, the way that you are almost too scared to like speak up sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Yet you still have that drive and determination, that like fire, as they say, but then you have that kind of like innocence and like you're not able to speak up. And I think that's a lot of the way history played out.
Yeah, well, like the British did did have laws in place to keep Irish people from getting anywhere in life for hundreds of years, called the penal laws, where they disallowed Catholic, mainly they really meant Catholic Irish people, from holding any elective office, getting an education, fucking practicing their religion, like anything to do with it, like anything to do with like being Irish was banned. And there's a lot more that I can't even remember right now to do with the penal laws that were enforced, like I think less than 200 years ago till they were
That's
abolished.
mad.
Probably like 100, not till after the famine, I think, in Ireland.
And I think a lot of people think that us English, a lot of Irish naturally just hate the English and think we're really ignorant, which I guess sometimes we are, yeah. But we don't get taught this at school at all. Like, we get taught such a different version. So like, I didn't know a lot of this until I had you as a boyfriend and came to Sydney and met more Irish people. But it's crazy how so much stuff you just weren't allowed to do anymore.
Yeah.
What happened to the language? Why?
Oh, well, after like the 9 Years' War with the Irish Confederation, the last really chance of Gaelic Ireland to survive, and then the loss at Kinsale in 1601. Afterwards, the Irish aristocracy really got removed from their position of power. They weren't allowed, like Breton law got replaced by English common law. You had to use English courts. There was English sheriffs. There was English like laws in place in Ireland. So like the whole system that like kept the Irish language around was gone after that. And then like after the flight of the Earls, they call it, left in 1607, like the entire Irish aristocracy was gone, and the whole system that supported Irish was gone. That's basically like in England, if like the entire English government just fled, and now there was like an Irish speaking government in power, and there was Irish courts, and there was Irish businesses, and to get like a job you had to speak Irish. That's what happened in Ireland, but for English. So over the next few hundred years, people had to learn English to get anything. If you needed to go to court, you had to speak English. You had to get a job, you had to speak English. If you had to understand anything that was written on a sign, down in a book, in a piece of paper, anything, you had to know English. So it just kind of just removes the whole, the prestige of knowing Irish.
So people felt like, or did have to learn
learn
English to survive, basically.
Even today, like the Irish government still has the same mentality as the English do. They've continued on what the English started.
And what makes it different to a lot of the world, where a lot of people learn English because it's one of the main languages to communicate? What was different about Ireland having to do it? Learn English.
What was different?
That's okay. I was just genuinely thinking, because like genuinely I just was thinking now, even like if we were off camera, like, because you know how a lot, like even if you're Spanish or something, you learn English if you come to Australia, because it's what even Australia with in talking English, like, you know how it's the Irish that talk about it the most. Do you know what? I guess the difference would be because Spain, they still speak Spanish as well. Ireland, they don't speak
Catalan, and they also speak Basque in the north.
But Irish almost lost it completely.
Almost, but like maybe like the Irish language kind of got destroyed so long ago. Like it was like 400 years ago since the last thing that was protecting the Irish language is gone. If you look at like America. And like America as a whole, North and South America, like they're kind of native indigenous languages.
That's true.
Like there definitely was a lot of them. Are gone because their whole system, like the Aztecs and the Incas, like that wasn't like a huge amount of time ago. Like that was like 500 years ago, so not a massive amount of time. The whole system that supported their languages went. And that's same as what happened with Irish. I think that was only a little bit before.
Yeah.
Like the
I'm
Irish
not too
language.
sure.
I think it was. But like, you know, it's...
You said in one of our other videos that we banned the way you dress.
Yeah.
What did you mean? What
Well,
were you dressing like? It was.
Like,
There's
like,
not. I'm not. No, but what did we ban? Because you know, in Scotland we banned. Didn't we ban the kilts?
Kilts, yeah. In Ireland, I think they wore something like called a leinta. So it kind of looked like a shirt, a long sleeve shirt, but baggy, and then kind of baggy
I
pants.
had that in my head, and we banned that.
Just the Gaelic wear dress.
That's so bizarre because like
Yeah.
what was so different? Like why did we ban that? Like,
But,
what did you?
It's the same like whenever colonialism took place around the world, like you banned a lot of stuff. Like
Yeah.
if you think of the way they dress in, like, for example, like I've never been to Pakistan, but I've seen videos of what it's like in Pakistan, and they wear like shirts and stuff there. Like they didn't wear that. Like, or in India, you go to India, like people
That's
wear
true.
the traditional dress, like traditional outfit there, but a lot of them wear like shirts.
That's
now,
true
but they didn't.
actually, because if you see them in, even if when they relocate to like the UK and like Australia and stuff, they don't stay to wearing their traditional outfits really. Like
Some of them do, but like
Yeah.
not. You know, most of them like don't anymore. So like that's the same like all around.
they
the world.
banned. Did they ban? Because you mentioned the clan. Did you have to stop wearing anything to show your clan and stuff?
Yeah, it's the same as in Scotland because they use the
Yeah.
same mythology that they had in Ireland to ban the kilt and stuff in Scotland.
Because you said in the video they banned your surnames. What did you mean? Was that like the O and stuff in front of it? What was that?
A lot of them. So like basically what happened was when England took over, they started taking a registry of the Irish names. Right. So my name would have been whatever. And they would have said, right, we can't pronounce that, so we're just going to call you Murphy.
It's because they couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah, they couldn't pronounce it.
Right.
And then you just became that. And then when it came to going to get a job in like Ireland, where an English person was in charge, they were like, who's this? This person can't speak English. Or I'm not hiring this person, or I'm going to have to move to England or America to get a job. I'm going to drop the O, I'm going to drop the Mac and just become like a normal English name. That's kind of what happened. So like if you like have most Irish people names in Ireland, like you'll see them, they'll be like, you'll think that's not an Irish name. But like if you go back about 200 years ago, their ancestors decided, oh well, it's not good to keep my Irish name, so they got rid of it.
I've noticed that with some people.
Yeah, but like don't trust Irish people's surnames, a lot of them. Unless they're like, you see a Gaelic surname, like a lot of Irish people who have said I'm fully Irish probably had their ancestors like give up their Irish name.
Yeah, so O means, and the knee.
O means descendant of. So you're descendant, like say O'Neill.
Yeah.
You're descended from a person called Neil.
Okay.
O'Neill.
There's a lot of O'Neills.
So it's
Hugh O'Neill.
Hugh O'Neill. Like there's a lot of famous O'Neills. And the Mac means son of. And like.
Wait, this is quick side note. Doesn't McGregor call himself the Mac or something? Is that why?
It's the Scottish. He actually has a Scottish surname.
Oh, really?
McGregor.
Really?
So.
So what is Mac? So we know the O.
Mac means son of.
Son of.
Yeah, and then you can have.
The Mac. But McGregor called himself the Mac?
Yeah, but that's like someone with the surname O calls him the O.
Oh, is that why he does it?
I don't know.
I didn't know McGregor was Scottish.
He's not Scottish.
But the surname.
Yeah, the surname's Scottish. But like he might, as I said, some Irish people change their names. So like, there's no guarantee that he actually is Scottish, but he could be.
It's somewhere in the family.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then if you're a girl, say you're Nee, and then when you get married, say if you're like O'Donnell, you're Nee Donnell, And then when you get married to an O'Neill, you're O'Neill.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might have. Actually, I've seen that in the Irish names. What, when they have the U
UI.
and then yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, if you get married, you're UI.
I didn't. So
Neil.
O, son of.
Yeah.
Mac.
No, O is descendant of. Like
Descendant
grandson of, descendant of. Mac, son of.
Okay.
Ni is like the version of O. It
Like a
doesn't matter
gal.
with girls. It doesn't. It's not the
Yeah,
same.
because most gals use the
It's
O
just,
as well.
It's just Ni, but the real version
Is
Ni.
knee.
And then when you get married, it's U.
U. UI.
And then it also goes. You could have U ban. It means U ban.
Mhm.
So ban is woman.
Oh.
So for married as well. So it's like you could have UI or UI ban.
So here's one for you guys. If you keep seeing all these big, long Irish surnames and they have the O and the U and the UI and the NI and all of this stuff, there you go. Now you know.
If you see a UI, it's a no-go.
UI. What, because they're married?
Yeah.
There we go. You heard it here first because I didn't even know that one.
If you see a knee, it's free game.
Knee.
Yeah.
For God's sake. You know something I want to talk to you about? Because we listened to, what's his name? Something Dwyer. Finn Dwyer or whatever.
Finn Dwyer.
The Irish podcast thing.
Irish history. Yeah.
History podcast. We listened to a crazy one about like bloody intercourse back in the day and stuff like that. Do you know which one I mean? When they talk about all the crazy stuff you guys used to do, you lived very freely. I want to talk about that at some point, but we're gonna have to go for now because we have dinner soon and we want to go down and have a drink beforehand. So let's leave it here, guys. To be continued.
What's that?
Scarf matches Maria's baby.
I'll go naked and I'll wear the scarf and the beanie.
All the fellas are staying.
It wasn't
Oh my god, Nono. Nono is staying here as well. Our room is... Oops. Whoopsie. Our room is that one there with the most light shining out. So we're at the top floor. See if I can zoom out. There we go. So ours is up there with the light shining, the top floor.
Scots as well.
Yeah.
Scots Gaelic.
Same. Okay guys, so we had our dinner. We finished dinner. We went and sat by the fire for a little bit, had some drinks, and now we're in this cute little corridor, as you can see, having a whiskey. And we actually just went outside on the balcony for a bit because I don't know how to express to you guys how much I love this type of place, and like just the weather along with it. And it makes me like not want to go to the room yet because I just want to like make the most. Because the thing with this place, right, most people are like, let's go to bed, let's get a good night's sleep and we'll explore it in the morning. I like exploring this kind of place at this time of night. This time of day is my favorite day. This time of day is my favorite time of day ever, when it's like dark and you've got the dim lights on. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. So, what would be the best ever day in Ireland? What? Sorry, I've had too many whiskies. What would you say, in your opinion, the best ever thing that happened in Irish history?
The foundation of GAA.
The foundation of GAA?
Because that led to the end of British rule. Everything that was like the point that people like stopped the decline of like Irish culture, like Irish language, but like Irish language still started declining after that, but Irish like Irish identity in particular revived on that day.
Wait,
was
so
November
when?
1st, 1884 was the day. In a hotel in Turles, few men gathered around and said, "We're not going to let this happen anymore." Foundation GA, you don't know how important that was to the Foundation of Ireland.
I can gather on a small scale because I see how much it brings people together.
Yeah, but like the GAA wasn't originally founded as just Gaelic
Sports.
football and hurling.
Yeah.
It was, the full name of the GAA is the National Preservation of Irish Culture, Language and Sport. Like, that's the full name of GAA. And that's originally what, like, that's not the exact name of it, but that's what it was. And they...
Because the GAA, Gaelic Athletic Association.
That's what it's known as today. But, like, originally the name was, like, far longer. I don't know exactly. But...
So
yeah.
the
November,
best thing in your opinion that ever happened was the GAA forming
for Irish.
for the Irish.
Yeah.
It was probably the best thing that held you guys together.
Yeah, it was what brought us back together.
Because some
after
people
we were just about to fall
are
apart.
very against the GAA and they think they're money and they're not helping what's going on right now in Ireland.
Right. What do
I'm just giving an argument from some people's point of view.
Okay, let me give that argument back. Those people that say that, right? They say the GAA is the grab all association.
Yeah.
People say. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Right, let me ask that exact same person that says that. What makes you Irish? What
You're
makes
asking me?
No, but like, say you were that exact person that says that. What would make you Irish?
Well, now that I think of Irish from knowing you, I do think of the sports and the language.
No, but say you're someone that hates the GAA, can't speak Irish, doesn't do Irish dancing. So what makes you Irish exactly? What makes you different to someone in England?
But the GAA gives you something different.
GAA gives us identity.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I think that with every pro there is a con, and maybe the con is because they are such a big company now. Maybe, yes, it seems like they're taking loads of money, but that is the world at the minute.
That's what I asked to someone that said the GAA is
There's a good argument to give back. And I do think, like I said, with every pro there's a con, and the GAA gives you guys something.
It gives us identity.
Yes,
and if you
they
don't
probably do take money and stuff as well. But what every big association
fucking
does.
everything takes money.
That's the world that makes,
People, that person that says that will probably like soccer. And the soccer is the biggest fucking robbing.
I was thinking of FIFA. The whole time FIFA was in my head.
The same person that says that is into FIFA.
Yeah, and then they're massively into football.
And look at GA grounds around Ireland.
I know. I just suddenly thought, if there's no GAA, there's no more of Croke. What is it? Croke Park.
Croke Park.
What is it? How do I say it?
Croke.
Yeah, Croke Park. No more big games in Croke Park. And look at what happened. What was it? Mayo. And that massive celebration and everyone coming together. There's no more of that.
Nothing. Like, there'd be nothing of that.
Yeah.
Like. And you've been to where I'm from.
Yeah.
Look at it. Do you know how small...
Yeah, that picture was crazy.
Yeah, compared... And is the population that different to where you're from?
No.
And look at the size of the grounds.
The
and
work
the money.
they were putting into that, yeah.
Didn't we ever afford that?
No.
And would where I'm from be able to afford it on its own?
No, but they put the money into it, yeah.
So, is it the Grab All Association? No.
Yeah, I think you need to pick your arguments and pick what you get mad at. And I think you have to weigh up the pros and cons. And I think, like, with what's actually going on in Ireland right now,
the
GAA is one of the only things bringing you guys together.
It's the only thing. Look at how much, like...
But I would be interested to know other people's opinion on that. Like, I genuinely would, but...
Anyone that disagrees with that, to say the GAA is the Grab All Association...
Well, it may be. It may still be, but there is still pros.
Yeah, I realise the thing about Croke Park, with them letting, like, soccer and, like, the concerts go on, like, does annoy me as well. They shouldn't be allowed.
Is that what people say? They shouldn't put concerts on in there?
Yeah, I think there's quite a lot of the money in the GA that
Do you not think concerts bring people together as well?
they
Like,
do, but like I just think that a lot of that money disappears a little bit. Like
yeah.
it's just my opinion on it. I think there's like two, like they had like Man United versus Leeds playing in Crow Park there like 2 days ago.
Mm.
Why are they doing that? Why did they need to do that?
But like,
Would you ever have like a hurling game played in Wembley? No.
I would love it if they did.
Yeah, but they're not going to.
We don't play hurling though.
Yeah, we don't like play soccer in Crow Park. Crow Park is our pitch.
So it should just be kept for hurling and
Yeah, it was till
Gaelic
quite. It
football.
was till quite a few years, like less than 20 years ago. Like it was just.
Yeah,
Gaelic
but
football.
I see it from their point of view that
It's
if
not
they're
a-
gonna keep it, don't they need to make money from Croke Park and make it a big name? And doing that is putting like singers and stuff in it to get that out there that it's Croke Park.
I don't think you should let it like.
I see why you're
Yes.
coming, and I think in an ideal world, I would agree. But I think realistically, you need money to make something keep running.
Right. The GA has a ban on any sport other than Gaelic football or hurling played in any GA stadium
I
except
didn't know that.
except Crow Park.
Really?
Is the only stadium, yeah. There was a ban.
I mean, it is in Dublin. Like, I guess it's
No,
like...
there was a ban until 2007, I think it was. So basically, what happened was the Aviva Stadium, that's currently the Irish Soccer Rugby Stadium, used to be called Land's End Road.
Mhm.
And Land's End Road was shit, and that got knocked down and had to be rebuilt into the Aviva Stadium. And during that time, the soccer and the rugby had no,
So strong.
they had no like stadium to play their games in. So like the GA gave up their stadium to say you can play it here.
Mm.
So that's why they're allowed to do it right now. Until
Very kind.
yeah, but I don't think they should be allowed. to
No,
do it.
I know, and I know exactly what you're
'Cause
saying.
the original idea was they were going to allow them for a few years and go back to saying no more.
And they just kept it as...
Yeah,
I understand.
because the idea. Sorry, go on.
I wasn't really going to say anything.
But the idea was behind stopping the ban was the GA has bought up other stadiums around Ireland to stop soccer and rugby growing,
Mm-hmm.
and
They
the
want to stop soccer and rugby.
Yes, that's why Gaelic football was invented to
Because
stop
they want
soccer.
to build that up.
Yeah, no, Gaelic football is a really made up sport.
Yeah, you said this.
I like it's.
What do you mean?
So when the GA was founded, the leaders of the GA sat around and they invented Gaelic football. Gaelic football is a completely made up sport. The reason it was made up was to stop the growth of soccer and rugby.
Was that really what?
Yes, it was.
In what year, roughly what year was this?
1884, I think the foundation of
1884.
GA was. And that was the only reason Gaelic football was
Really?
invented, yeah. Completely made up
You
sport.
guys, you stayed strong. You still found ways.
Completely made up. But rugby is very made up as well. Rugby was only invented by Webb Ellis
And
picking
where
up
did
a
rugby
rugby
come
ball.
from? Was that English?
It was so basically soccer, rugby. So Gaelic football kind of originated from a sport called CAD, which was like a football-based sport in Ireland. But like, it's not very clear what the exact rules were, and that's kind of roughly where Gaelic football came from. But really, they invented Gaelic football as a stop the growth of soccer.
Right.
Rugby,
And that is true. Like that
yeah,
is.
that's literally why it was invented, because the founders of GA wanted Ireland to have its own form of football, because England had football,
Mhm.
America had football, Ireland had that football.
That's
so that's
true.
why Gaelic football came about.
Uh-huh.
And
That's cool.
rugby was only founded by Webb Ellis picking up the ball, playing a game of soccer or something like that, and it was like a school kid, exact name as Webb Ellis,
Right.
that picked up the ball.
In 1884.
It was 1880 something. A kid came named Webb Ellis, and that's why the Rugby World Cup trophy.
Now, do you think that hurling, not Gaelic football, hurling is going to stick? Do you think it's going to fizzle out?
No.
Why?
Hurling Hurling is so ingrained in the fabric of certain parishes in Ireland. It's unbelievable.
But like from learning myself, it's less popular even in Ireland than I thought.
Hurling's
Or
not,
I just assumed it was something
But
that
it
all
has-
Irish people learn.
it has areas in Ireland
That it is.
that, fuck me, you would go down there,
Yeah.
they don't know anything else.
This is exactly what I was going to say. Hurling seems to me like the type of thing that if you grow up learning hurling, you love hurling.
Yeah,
It's like,
It's just like you go down to Kilkenny, to Tipperary, like the parts of Limerick, the parts of Cork. You go down there and hurling is just life there. It's
Yeah.
the sport. It's like soccer in like Brazil. Like it's
Yeah.
just that.
I think this is why, because people are like, what the hell, you're English, Italian, living in Australia, learning hurling. I love stuff that has meaning, and when I seen how much meaning hurling has to Irish people and like the history of it and how long it's been played for and how it got turned into like mythology, I can never say it. Is that the right word? And it got turned into stories of, what was the story? Cú Chulainn.
He's the earliest
Cú Chulainn, yeah.
recorded person to play hurling.
Like, I am obsessed with that type of thing, and that's why I love hurling so much. And the fact that I can try and learn it, why wouldn't I try and learn it? So, yeah,
Exactly.
I just love. I feel like it has more, like, more about it than even football.
Oh, without a doubt, like you can't get a sport like you can learn the rules of soccer like football within a few days. Within a day, you could say, "Oh, you can kick a football." Anyone can kick a
Learn
football.
a skill or like, yeah.
You can kick. I could stand up there. Someone that's never played soccer before could kick a football and score against the world's best keeper. If he kicks it far enough to the corner, hits it with enough power, I guarantee you, the world's best keeper could not stand up and hit it in against someone that's never played hurling because he's not going to connect with the ball. You need to. It's such,
Hurling is one of those sports, and I know this because my boyfriend's been trying to teach me. You have to literally. Hurling is one of those sports that you have to literally feel, don't you? You have to feel the hurl and the movement. It's almost like a dance with a sport.
It is.
Isn't it?
You learn from like 3 or 4 till you're like 14. You're not finished learning the game.
Yeah.
You know, learn everything. And
Yeah.
you're still learning when you're older.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
there's always someone better than you. Like,
Yeah.
it's like such.
There's many people better than me right now, but
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
learning.
it's such like. It's like a martial art, really.
That's
like.
what I mean. It reminds me of what's the martial art, like the fighting that they're like, and they're feeling.
It's like karate is kind of where you just kind of learn the moves rather than sparring and stuff. at the
Yeah,
start,
like it's like you have to feel your body.
you do really have to feel. You have to
And,
understand the way the ball
Like
moves.
I have a background in like dancing and artsy stuff, so I understand that. I think it's a thing you kind of just understand or you don't. And yeah.
But once you get it, you can always tell exactly where the ball is.
Well, the minute you started telling me, when you were getting me to do those frees, and you were like, you have to almost like go like this with your wrists, and like, and then suddenly I was like, just gradually like getting it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like you have to like feel it, know it, and just like after a while you can do with your eyes closed. You can see where the ball is. You know where the ball is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna change, but like until you get that like feeling in you,
Mm-hmm.
you're never going to. Like you could like blindfold like a hurler. He can like as long as he knows where the ball is, like he can run up, he pick it up, he can throw it up and hit it, and you put over the bar straight away. But like,
Oh, that takes years, I'm sure.
yeah, it does. Like,
Mm-hmm. That's a good little thing we should try. Me doing it with my eyes closed to see if I can. Maybe not quite yet.
but like I could like, cause like I just, you know,
Yeah,
you
but
know
for
it
me,
so
I
long.
probably can't do that right now.
Yeah.
Tell me this isn't the best vibe ever. Look at that misty rain, misty weather, and that lighting.